What's up, everybody? I'm Sydnee Goodman, and today's Daily Fix is presented by PUBG Mobile. We're talking Xbox Series S is alive! New Zelda and PUBG Mobile expert Powerbang will update us on what's new to PUBG Mobile's massive 1.0 update. Roll thing. First next-gen Xbox had a twin that's much smaller and has no disk drive. We're talking the Xbox Series S. That also was an obscure 2 Chainz reference. 2 Chainz, synonymous with video game news. Xbox Series S specs leaked yesterday, but Microsoft has now officially confirmed the Series S exists and released the previously leaked trailer for it. The Xbox Series S looks a lot like a chic speaker and will feature a 512GB SSD, run games at 1440p up to 120 frames per second, and support ray tracing. The S is all digital, and while it's 60% smaller than the Xbox Series X, it still features the same velocity architecture, which should mean short load times and seamless game switching. It'll cost you $299, yes, for real, $299, and it launches November 10th. Feels good to give a price and release date for a next-gen console, even if it's a mini. Let's savor this moment. That's fresh. In my expert opinion, it's not too much of a leap to guess that November 10th will also be the release date for the Series X. Regardless, we still don't know how to pre-order an Xbox Series S or X. Xbox says we'll hear more soon, so hopefully whatever announcement they have planned will confirm a Series X release date and price, and we can get to pre-ordering. First impressions, I wish the black vent on the front was white, but I am stoked on the price, $299. Still an investment, but this makes the next generation of consoles so much more accessible to folks who are thinking about dipping their toes into the gaming waters, thinking about coming back to the gaming waters. Gaming can be expensive, and it's exciting that the Series S makes that financial barrier to entry that much lower. How are you feeling about the Series S? Let me know in the comments. Nintendo has announced Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, a new game set 100 years before The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Although, isn't time kind of cyclical in the Zeldaverse? Anyway, Ganon's back. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity will teach us more about Zelda, the 4 champions, Mipha, Revali, Urbosa, and Daruk, the King of Hyrule, and the history of Hyrule through, quote, dramatic cutscenes as they try to save the kingdom from Calamity. The new game will let players experience the Great Calamity referenced in Breath of the Wild for themselves, and will challenge them to solve environmental puzzles, unlock weapons and skills, craft with gathered materials, battle hordes of enemies, and use the power of the Sheikah Slate. It supports local 2-player co-op, which is always a great thing, and drops on Switch November 20th, 2020. Sydney, what about Breath of the Wild 2? Bad news. IGN, producer on the Legend of Zelda series, did mention that fans will have to, quote, wait a bit longer for updates, so just pick up Age of Calamity and let that distract you for a bit. And now, let's check in with PUBG Mobile expert Powerbang, who's got the scoop on PUBG Mobile's 1.0 update.
Thanks so much, Sid. That's right, PUBG Mobile has just launched into their huge 1.0 update. It's the biggest update they've had since the launch of the game. All across PUBG Mobile's classic map, Erangel, you're going to see all new visuals. We're talking improved graphics throughout and ultimately increased realism. Now, several locations on the Erangel map have had significant build changes, and those include the Quarry, Mill to Power, as well as the prison. Now, in a less obvious fashion, there are additional locations now on the map, as well as additional resources to loot from. New map elements have been introduced to Erangel as well. We're talking barricades, additional trenches, even some broken down tanks, and a cool new mechanic where you have to break down doors to enter some basements. So excited to hop in and play Erangel 2.0 in the latest PUBG Mobile update. I'll see you guys on the battlefield. Back to you, Sid.
Thanks, dude. And that was your Daily Fix. That was a horrible noise that my mouth just made. That was so wow. I'm Sydnee Goodman, and I hope your day is as awesome as you are now that you're all caught up on our news. Check out our video where Mortal Shell developers react to a 28-minute speedrun of Mortal Shell. Download the IGN app on all your mobile devices. Subscribe to the Daily Fix on Snapchat, and for all things, everything else, IGN.com. I feel like I picture a little like ding.
If you're ready for the brand new thing. Good, yeah, I'm on one. Went from broke to having everything I wish, huh?